Hi guys, Risky back here again. My eye is still in pain, and we're gonna do another tier video. The one that I was thinking of doing was 2019 NFL draft grades, which I was gonna do until I thought it was the players. Like we have to rank the players, those team wise, which I would have to go more into depth, which I might still do that video. But for today, we'll be doing NFL teams. Yeah, we're gonna do NFL teams in the upcoming NFL season. So basically, this is where I'm gonna rank them. How I think they're gonna. Well, this is basically what I think they're gonna do this season, and I'm just gonna talk a little bit about each team. So let's get started. So what we're gonna go with first is the Cardinals, and the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are a very overhyped team in my opinion. I don't think their defense is great. I think the addition of JJ Watt wasn't as great as some people think. I think they are going to be a good team though. Some people are putting them godly tier, but I think they're going to be a good team. I'm not going to try to give record predictions this video unless I feel like it's needed to kind of put a team somewhere. But the Broncos are difficult because I think the Broncos could be a really good team, but it's all about the quarterback play that could put them in the bad. I'm gonna put them right in the average slot because it depends if Locke's gonna take the development or if Bridgewater's gonna be playing and they won't really have an aggressive offense. So that's how I see it. I think the Falcons are gonna be bad this year. They have a I don't want to say a really good offense. They have a solid line. I think their starting running back I don't even think it's Mike Davis anymore. I'm not sure what their starting back is. But you got Matt Ryan, one of his final last years. You got Calvin Ridley, a really great weapon in Kyle Pitts. The defense, they actually lost weapons to their defense. Keanu Neal, what's his name? Demonte Kazi, I forget what his name is, but they lost pieces. They didn't really gain much on defense. I would put them in bad. The Browns, if the Browns get their shit together, they're gonna be a god. The thing is, there's a difference between godly and good. I'm gonna put, I'm gonna make a new row. Wait, here's my new row. Great, because teams could be good, but I don't see them. I see them being better than good, but I don't see them being a godly team because they had a very easy schedule last year, and now it is harder. And we'll see how that actually affects the Browns because the Browns could end the year, I think, ungodly, but we'll see how that goes. Ravens, actually had a really easy schedule. They got away with a lot last year. I think they're still gonna be a great team, of course. They lost a lot of weapons though. It just depends, not just a lot of weapons, but a lot of players on the team. Titans, I'm gonna put it as a great team. Titans, the thing about the Titans, they had a bad defense last year. Bad. They didn't really gain much for it. I think they're going to be either from good. I'm going to put them in the good category, actually. They lost a lot of, not just lose, but they don't really have much on their defense. They're betting on Caleb Farley, who has had some injuries in his college days. They did add Julio Jones, which I think makes this offense godly. But I think their defense is so bad that it's going to bring them down to good. The Jets, I think, are going to be bad. The Jets, the thing about the Jets is they made good offseason acquisitions and but the thing is now they have a really young team, which is not bad, but I would give it another year. I would give it another year or two. I don't think right now they're going to be good. The Rams, I think, are going to be a godly team. I think the Rams have everything it takes to go to the Super Bowl. Seriously. The main reason that we were saying why they couldn't go to the Super Bowl was because of their quarterback, Goff. They changed that. What else can we say now? It's all on them. The Panthers. I think it's also like the Broncos. I think they have a very solid team. I think it just depends who's playing quarterback. And not like who's playing quarterback, it just depends how Sam Darnold's gonna play. If Darnold plays good, I think they can be an average to good team. But if Darnold plays like the same old Darnold, they're gonna be a bad team. I'm gonna put them in average. I think Darnold is gonna play at least above. I think he's gonna play average to above average this year. Wow, guys, there's two Chargers. I didn't know there's two Charger teams in the league. The Colts. I think this also does depend on basically how the quarterback plays. It does depend on Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz is going to play better this year because he is in more of a system to himself. He was with coordinator. His coordinator was Frank Wright, which is the Colts coach. He was the coordinator during the Super Bowl year. I would give them a great year. I think they're having a great year. They have everything. They have a perfect offensive line, really good running back group, a solid wide receiver group, and a really solid defense. And then we got the two Chargers teams. Um, Chargers, I think they improved their offensive line. They got Corey Lindsey and Rashawn Slater, which I think is great for Herbert's development. Then the offense can be very good this year. Defense is there are some old pieces, there are some improved pieces. I think they are going to be an average. I'm going to put them average. I just don't see them being great, in my opinion. Well, not great, but good. I think that their defense still needs to take an extra step. I think their offense will be very good this season. The Vikings. I think they either have a very easy or very hard schedule. It's one of those. But for what they have, I don't think you put them average. I see some people like, oh yeah, they're easily a playoff team, and I still some people who aren't. I'm gonna have to look more into them to be honest. This is just first initial thoughts. The only thing I know that they did in free agency was I think bringing in Pierce, what's his name, Brandon Pierce, and then sign Dalvin Tomlinson. The Cowboys, I think, are gonna be a great team this year, and this is coming from a Giants fan. And every single year we hear Cowboys fans say, "Oh, it's our year. We them boys. You know, it's our year." And I usually laugh at them and shit, and I'm usually like, okay, you guys are funny, you guys can knock it off. But I truly do think that this can be Dallas' year. If the offensive line can stay healthy, they have the receivers, they have good backs. I'll give Tony Pollard some credit. Dak Prescott, who's a really good quarterback. The defense, it isn't great, but it improved. Their defense did improve. They got sneaky signings in Quan O'Neal, Michael Parsons, who they drafted, which personally I did not like. Michael Parsons was a prospect that I did not do not like, but they do have good coaching, which I think could coach him up into a player that could fit into their system. So I do have hope in Dallas. The Bengals, I think the Bengals are going to be Bengals. I think are going to be horrible this year. Horrible. This is a team who got a receiver at 5 when they needed an offensive lineman the most. I think they have to go against Khalil Mack, T.J. Watt, and another big pass rusher in the first 3 weeks. Come on, you have to protect your quarterback. They didn't really do much. They signed Trey Hendrickson, who what did he really do? He had a good season last year. Don't get me wrong, but if you actually look at those sacks, a lot of them weren't really by himself. A lot of them were because they're doubling Cam Jordan, which let him get wide open sacks. Jacksonville, I think, will be bad, but the thing is, I think Jacksonville would be bad. But I think give it like a year and they're gonna be very good. I think Trevor Lawrence can do great this year, and the offense. I think it's just all because of their defense. They have spots in the secondary that they need filled. We'll see in Clavon Chase on, and yeah, I'm trying to hurry this up a little bit, guys. Tampa got here. They literally re-signed their whole entire Super Bowl team. This is literally the Super Bowl team right here. Packers. I think the Packers are gonna be godly again, mostly because A-Rod. They got A-Rod back, which they needed. They needed Aaron Rodgers back. Adams now wants to say Preston Smith took a pay cut, so we'll see how that works out. The Steelers, I think, are going to be either bad or average. I'm going to give them average. The Steelers had a far too easy schedule. They got lucky last year. Big Ben is starting to decline. They took a running back in the first round when they had bigger needs. Offensive line, there's so many holes in their offensive line that they need filled. The defense is the one bright spot, which they did play some easy offenses last year. So we will see. The Niners, all healthy Niners team is great to godly. I'm not gonna put them in godly. I'm putting them in great. The Niners, all healthy, of course. I think they'll do better with Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance, in my opinion, would be the best or second best quarterback in this class, in my opinion. But let's hurry this up. Dolphins, I think, are going to be a average to good team. I'm gonna put them in good. They really I love what the Dolphins have been doing the last 2 years. Tua, I think, is the answer. I think Tua is gonna be a solid quarterback in the league. Jalen Waddle, who's my favorite receiver in the class. Jalen Phillips was a risky pick, but if it works out, he's gonna be a great player. They did upgrade their secondary. Now Xavier Howard actually wants to come back. They're trying to work out a deal with that. So we'll see. We'll see with Miami. I think it's all about their offensive line too. Their offensive line is not good. The Raiders, I think, are going to be bad to average. I'm going to put them in average because of their offense. I think their offense will save them this year. The Raiders have had such a good offense. Like I remember seeing a statistic where it was Derek Carr's defenses over the years, and his defenses were so bad. I don't think I saw one outside the top 20. I'm being serious, and they're all like bottom 20 defenses. That's bad. Where and they didn't really make much additions to their defense. Their first round pick was an offensive lineman, Trevon Moehrig in the second, which I think was a good pick. But who's the answer at corner? Who do they have at linebacker? Also edge too. They do have Max Crosby, but do we really know in Cleveland Ferrellier he did step up a little last year. But we'll see. Washington I think is gonna be a good football team. Actually, I'm gonna put them in average. And the reason why I'm gonna put Washington in average is because their defense is highly overrated. I'm sorry. Their defense played easy teams last year. They did. They played easy teams last year, their defense. They don't really have much in the secondary, to be honest. Kendall Fuller's good. We'll see about William Jackson. Landon Collins isn't that good at safety. Cameron Crowe has potential. It's all about that front four. The offense, we'll see about Fitzpatrick. We all know Fitzpatrick is very inconsistent. We also know they do have weapons around, so we'll see. I think this team's either gonna be good or average. But right now, I have to put them in average just because I'm not fully sold on them yet. Seattle, great team every year. I do feel bad for Russell Wilson. This is a team that never upgraded the offensive line. He's gonna go down as the most sacked quarterback in NFL history when his career is done. It's so sad. This team does not have a good defense. They wasted 2 first-round picks on Jamal Adams, who they now don't want to sign. Like, come on. Texans. Next one. They're gonna have Davis Mills or Tyrod Taylor starting at quarterback. Bears, I'm gonna put them in average. But like, sorry guys, I had to do something. But yeah, the Bears, I think it all depends who's starting at quarterback. I think Andy Dalton won't be as bad as some people think. To be honest, I don't think he's gonna be great or good. I just don't think he'll be as bad as some people think. We'll see about Justin Fields. The offensive line has holes. They just signed. I mean, they did draft Tevin Jenkins to play right tackle, but they did release their left tackle, so I'm not sure what they're gonna do with him. The defense, I think will regress this year. They lost some pieces, lost their biggest corner in Kyle Fuller. So I think right now it's Desmond Trufant and Jalen Johnson. Which Jalen Johnson had a really good first year. It's just we don't know if he could play number one corner yet. Corner is one of the if not the hardest position in football to play. So when you have a guy in a second year going against number twos mostly all year to number ones, we'll see. Lions next team. Giants I think will be an average team. I said Daniel Jones will improve this year, which I think he will. I see somewhere between 25 to 30 touchdowns, personally. But I think the defense will regress. I was literally just thinking about this last night. I was trying to go to sleep. I was thinking about it. I think this defense. The reason why the Giants defense was good last year, it's not because of the players, not because of the talent, but it's because of the scheme. There are some defenses like this where they don't have good or really great players, but it's a good defense because they play the scheme correctly. They got it mostly because of the coordinator. Is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like usually when this stuff happens, teams have a year to kind of dissect the defense. So what I'm trying to say is like after this year, when they're watching tape on us from last year, they might be able to dissect our defense and realize what we're doing. Offense, I don't believe in our offensive line. Kenny Galladay, we'll see if he's a true number one. I think people are like, man, you're a hater. I have had people on Twitter call me a hater because I say the truth. I don't know if Kenny Galladay is a true number one. Let's be honest. People are like, I see people. He's been hurt. He got a hamstring injury again. People are like, and I see people complaining, saying, "Oh, why does this happen to us always? Why does this always happen to Giants fans?" We signed a guy who has lingering injuries. What do you expect? Hamstring's a lingering injury. You've had that before in the past. You have to know what comes at a price when you sign someone with lingering injuries. He's not going to be healthy for the rest of his career. I guarantee. Let's say he played for 4 years, like the contract he signed. I guarantee 2 of those seasons he won't play the full season at least. And people would think I'm hating the offensive line. We didn't improve it at all. Quarterback, we don't know if Daniel Jones is truly the answer. Giants fans go off of potential with Daniel Jones. This is for a different video. I love Daniel Jones, but Saints I think are going to take a step back. There's a difference between when you have Drew Brees and Jameis Winston at quarterback. They did. Who's their corner? They have Marshawn Lattimore, who's on the other side. Their defense isn't also great. Their offense is really good. It's just how they're going to use it with Winston. Are they going to be aggressive or a little more passive? Because they were passive with Brees, just doing little check down passes, but do they might want to try deep? But now Michael Thomas wants a trade request. Fuck. So what are they going to do with that? Are they going to give him the request or just say, or is he going to hold out? We'll see. Bills, I'm going to put on a godly tier. Of course, I want to see another season out of Josh Allen. Josh Allen played great last year. They have the weapons. I wish they actually had a better running game, though. The running game is not too good. Solid offensive line, solid defense. And they are a team that could take risk in the draft, which they did. They went with two edge rushers. In the second round, they went with Carlos Basham. And the first round was Gregory Rousseau, which Gregory Rousseau is a guy that there were some rumors about the Giants drafting, which I hope we didn't. Not because he's bad, because if he's coached the right way, he has all the potential to be great. And the Bills are a team who has a chance. The greatest teams in the league all could take a risk because they don't need the player right away. They could wait down the long run. Wow, there's two Cardinals. Eagles I think are going to be I think they're going to be horrible. Jalen Hurts, I am not too sure on how Jalen Hurts is going to play. I'm really not sure. Devontae Smith, I'm not sure. There's not been a wide receiver in the league who has worked at Devontae Smith's size. So we'll see with him. Jalen Reagor has yet to show anything. The offensive line is very good when healthy, but it's been banged up over the years. The defense, what did they really improve on the defense? I'm trying to think. I think their biggest free agent signing because they didn't have money was Anthony Harris. Which Anthony Harris is not a bad safety, but come on now. I think we both know. They have Darius Slay at corner. I don't know who's on the other side. Linebacker group. I can't think of who they have a linebacker. Like I just don't see this team being good. They're already saying that the players don't like the head coach, so that's not going to end good. The Chiefs. Let's put the Chiefs at godly. Let's be honest. The biggest part about the Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl was their offensive line. Offensive line was terrible. I love what they did. They went out and traded for Orlando Brown. They went out and got Thuney. What's his name? You know the Patriots guard. You know what I'm talking about. They got Creed Humphrey, who I liked at center in the draft. They got what's his name? They got another guard. They just did so much to their offensive line. I'm happy with what they did. And the last team is we got the New England Patriots, which I think it does depend who is going to start at quarterback. And I'm not gonna lie, I think the Patriots are gonna be a better team than people expect. I'm gonna put them on the good tier. I think the Patriots are gonna be a way better team than we all expect. I think Mac Jones is gonna do good, and the reason why is because of the system. I think he's gonna fit good in a system. He's gonna be a system quarterback. I feel like. I think he's gonna start over Cam. I'm not sure how Cam's doing, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. They upgraded their team. They upgraded their wide receiver position. They didn't get a great wide receiver, but they got very solid guys. They got really good tight ends with Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. 1 and 2, great. Defense they improved. They got Matt Judon. They got I think they signed another edge too. But like I do believe in the Patriots. Now, here's my tier list. My Super Bowl prediction right now is Bills Rams. That's my prediction. I'm just gonna say this right now. Bills Rams. I think the NFC Championship is gonna be Bills versus Chiefs, and I think it's gonna be Rams versus Packers. I'm gonna be honest. This is what I think it's gonna be. And if you guys like the video, please like it, please subscribe, share if you want to. I could care at this point. But yeah, that's gonna be it. If you guys have any recommendations for any teams, if you say the Bears should be good or great or bad or horrible, please just let me know any team. And peace.